Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface, and don't be fooled by that 25 in the top right hand corner. It does not correspond to June 2012. No, it quite clearly corresponds to the 25th of December 2012, because it is clearly Christmas Day. Oh my goodness, yes. This is the second boss in the Mogu'shan Vault's beta test on the Mr. Pandaria servers, and he's called Gara'jal the Spirtbinder. And this guy is tough. In actual fact, all we're going to see today is wipe after wipe. That's it. I put 3 wipes up. We tried him about 10 to 15 odd times. Wiped every single time. It was really tough indeed. So I'm going to give you an idea of the mechanics of the fight and explain what he does. And it sounds nice and easy to a degree, but in practice, it's so difficult indeed. Now, he has his regular melee abilities, and these are called right cross, left hook, hammer fist, and sweeping kick. Very nice names indeed. And what they do is they do 100% worth of weapon damage, but that is converted into shadow damage. It's the other abilities that you need to worry about. Now, this guy casts a fixate on the main tank. And when it does that, he will also cast on 2 random raid members Voodoo Doll. And this will put a debuff on these targets. And the targets that have the debuff will receive 80% of the damage received to all of the Voodoo Dolls. So that's 80% of the damage that the tank's getting from the main boss, and then 80% of the damage that the other Voodoo Doll is taking. So you take humongous amounts of damage. So your healers are quite literally spamming the dear life out of their cheese or their manners or whatever they use now to keep you guys up. And in one of the videos I get the debuff, and Wonko, who was our monk healer, he stood next to me and he's quite literally spamming for dear life to keep me up. And I'm popping all my cooldowns and draining life. It was a tough ability. Now, he will only get rid of that debuff if A, you die, you get rid of it, or B, he banishes the target, the fixated target, to the spirit realm, which he does. So after a while, he'll cast banishment on the main tank, and that will send the tank out of the physical world and into the spiritual world. And it's very clear you know the 2 levels of the world, because these play big important mechanics in the fight. Now, once the tank's been dragged into the spirit world, which is now where I am, he will also start to spawn a Severer of Souls. And the tank has 30 seconds, or whoever is in the spirit world with him, have 30 seconds in which to kill the Severer. Otherwise, the tank will die. The target which has been banished will die. Now, there are other ways to get into the spirit world, as you can see, because I was in it. And every so often, the boss will cast a spirit totem. And targets, the nearest 3 targets within 6 yards of this totem, once the totem's destroyed, will also themselves be dragged into the spirit realm. Now, our tank could kill the Severer of Souls on his own. So what you have to do if you're a DPS and healer and you get dragged into the spirit world is take care of some incidental ads called Shadowy Minions, which are absolutely crushing the group. This is why we're taking such high damage, because these ads just exist purely in the spirit world, but their attacks hit you in the physical world. And you can't attack them in the physical world at all. You must be in the spirit world to do damage to them. So when you as a DPS get pulled in, you need to kill as many of these ads as possible within 30 seconds as well, because if you're not out in 30 seconds back into the physical world, you will die. So how do you get out of the spirit world? Well, you have to get your health back up to full. And we missed something very big indeed. And it was something which wasn't in the Dungeon Journal either, and it was something which was very kind of badly graphic, so we couldn't see it at all. But when I go to the physical world, the spirit world next, I'll explain it. So what I did as a warlock though is I've got some very good healing AoE abilities. So I jump into the spirit world, I would use my Harvest Life to drain as many targets as possible. And then when you're in the spirit world, it boosts your resource management. So for me, it really quickens the generation of my Burning Embers for a healer. It quickens the mana. So it speeds up your resource abilities. So once I was getting my Burning Embers, I was then hitting Ember Tap, and that was getting me up to full health within about 5 to 10 seconds. So I could then just concentrate on DPSing as many of the Shadowy Minions as possible before getting out literally at the last minute of the 30 seconds. Now the Shadowy Minions, when we were fighting a boss, were doing two different attacks. They were doing a Shadow Bolt attack and a Shadow Grasp attack, and these were hitting for between 25 and 35,000 K each of damage. And bear in mind, there are, look, 8 odd Shadow Minions here. So this is why the raid just takes such a humongous amount of damage. But in the middle of that circle, very badly displayed, is meant to be a spirit urn, and if you click that, it will heal you. So in effect, you could send 3 DPSs in instead of the healer and 2 DPS that we were, and then that would drag you into healing itself, and you could do as much DPS to the ads as possible. So these are the mechanics of the fight. I hope you actually enjoyed this vid. It was very, very tough indeed, but just so refreshing. It's not often I can say I think a boss is overtuned, and I think it's absolutely the first time that I've said this on the Mists of Pandaria. So since we've done this vid, they've actually removed one of the Shadow Bolt abilities from the Shadowy Minions to reduce the damage. But this was great stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the vid, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Hill vs Babyface. Bye-bye.